Anxiety. It's something we all feel, at least at some point in our lives. But let's face it, we don't always talk about it. We push it aside, thinking it's just stress or something everyone goes through. But here's the truth, anxiety is more than just a passing feeling. It's complex, sometimes tricky, and surprisingly common. And there are things about it that many people don't realize, even those who experience it every day. You see, anxiety doesn't always look like the image we have in our heads, the sweaty palms, racing heart, and hyperventilating. For many, it's a quiet companion. It can sneak up on you in the middle of your day, uninvited, and take away your sense of peace without you even realizing it. That feeling of being constantly on edge, of overthinking small things, or maybe worrying about things that haven't even happened yet. Sound familiar? What many people don't know is that anxiety can also feel like an invisible weight. It's not always in your face, but it can linger in the background, making you second-guess everything. It might leave you feeling drained without understanding why. And this kind of anxiety, it doesn't always have a clear cause, and that can make it even more confusing. You might wake up feeling fine, but then that constant pressure starts building throughout the day. It's not about being nervous or scared all the time. It's something more subtle, and yet, it affects your mind and body in ways that are hard to explain. And here's another thing about anxiety, it can look different for everyone. For some, it's the constant worry about work, family, or the future. For others, it's social situations that make them freeze up or avoid things they once enjoyed. Sometimes, it's a little voice that tells you you're not enough, or that something bad is just around the corner. But the truth is, there's no one-size-fits-all version of anxiety. It doesn't follow a script, and that's what makes it so sneaky. One of the most surprising truths about anxiety, it's not just about thinking too much or being too sensitive. It's actually rooted in our biology. Our brains are wired to protect us, to be hyper-alert to danger. So when anxiety hits, it's like your brain is on overdrive, constantly scanning for threats, even when there's nothing there. And that's what makes it so exhausting. Your body doesn't know when to stop, and neither does your mind. The constant cycle can leave you feeling physically drained, even if your to-do list isn't all that long. But here's the kicker, anxiety isn't a sign of weakness. It doesn't mean you're broken or flawed. It's a part of being human, a response to stress, change, or even too much information. And yes, it's okay to not have all the answers. You don't have to always fix it. Sometimes, simply acknowledging it, letting yourself breathe, and knowing that it's okay to not be okay, is the first step toward feeling better. If there's one thing we should all know about anxiety, it's this, you're not alone. And you don't need to have all the answers to start moving toward understanding it a little better. You're doing your best, and that's enough. The hidden truths about anxiety are real, but so is the strength to face them one step at a time.